Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the official Hermitcraft Modsauce server. I'm excited to get going. It is so cool playing with these mods. I've been looking forward to recording and I got some things to show you. There's a whole bunch of stuff we're going to do in this episode based on what you guys have been telling me down there in the comments, and I'm going to show you what I've been doing in between episodes. So where did we leave off? We were learning about the Smeltery, we were making some basic tools. You can see over here that I've made some more, and I want to show you some of the cool things these things can do. But first of all, I found out that you can use these with hoppers. I was checking out what DMAC was up to. He showed me you could use this thing with hoppers, and boy did that make my life a lot easier. So let's get some of this going right here. Let's make some more iron. You can drop that into the hopper at the top here, and it's just going to automatically fill up these slots, which is ever so useful. And it's nice to know that these hoppers, you know, they don't just work with vanilla stuff, they work with other things as well. So around the side here, I've been converting all of my iron into blocks because we get 2 for every 1 ore that we put in here. And over here on the side you've got the faucet. When you right click that, which we can't do at the moment because this thing is basically empty, but it fills up this little thing right here, which is the casting basin, and I was using that for ages to get blocks, and then I found out about the hoppers and I put one underneath, and you can do that. You can have it pull them automatically out of the chest, which is absolutely awesome. Now I've also been told you can put an ingot in one of these and then make a cast for it and basically do the same thing we're doing here but with single ingots, which is something that I would like to try. But one of the things we need to do is provide updates to this faucet, because at the moment I'm walking over here and just right clicking on it to activate, and you can do that with redstone, but DMAC was showing me something to do it automatically, so we might go and check that out as well. Now I've built something else over here in between episodes. This thing, if we press 3, we are going to see the recipe. There it is right there. So this is the tool forge, and the other one was called, where is it, the tool station. So this is an upgraded one, and I can't remember if it's quite the same on this one. It is the same. Okay, so when you click on the tools over on this side, it shows you the recipes to some extent. And so I crafted a couple of things from this one over here, like this, which is the lumber axe, and also the hammer as well, which is extremely useful for mining. So you can see the shapes of those. So I've made a couple of these. This is the hammer right here. If we could get it down, we've got a right click at the top here. We've got the lumber axe, and we've got a regular axe as well, and these are all made out of iron, and I've since learned that this is not the best way to make your tools, and we're going to try and make some better ones in this episode, as well as doing a couple of other things. So we're going to head over to where the little tree farm is, and I'll show you the 2 axes first of all. So it looks like someone's been using this and putting all of the stuff in the barrel. I don't know if that's a community thing. I guess we'll have to find out. And it's possible that something else is going on over here as well. Look, someone's planted down some trees and they're growing, yeah, they're growing things with it. This is Growcraft. They're growing apples. I like the look of this mod. When I was checking out the things in the pack, I saw this one, and I do like apples. I always used to hold on to my apples in vanilla. And yeah, that's something I'm going to have to look into. That looks ever so cool. Anyway, what I came over to here to show you was the hatchet and the chop, as it's called. I can't remember if that's something that I renamed it to. I'm pretty sure it was, because you can rename these items when you create them. So this one was called the Hammer of Justice. What a silly name, I know. The thing I wanted to show you is that you can go through these leaves really quickly, instant mine, and it doesn't use any durability. So we're on 44, and we go around like that, and it's still 44. So that was useful for a while I was chopping down the tree. And then I made the chop, which is the lumber axe, and when you break the bottom block, it does the entire thing. And because they were all connected together, that all goes down in one go. Now that is awesome. Look at that. There's loads of apples everywhere. There's loads of drops. That is really convenient. And do you know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about building how, you know, how these tools are really going to help you gather materials in larger quantities. You can do much bigger builds, and I don't know, I'm excited now. There are so many more possibilities with these mods, and it's going to be interesting to see what we can do. But let's just pick these up. I am thinking about perhaps going and starting my own little area soon, just to create some areas to do farming like this in, although it looks like people are just happy to use this area here, so that's something we might do as well. So I replanted these saplings, and we got a ridiculous amount of logs from that in no time at all. I didn't keep my eye on the durability here. It'd be interesting to see how many uses you actually get. You know, if we want to have a tree farm like that, we could put mossy on this thing and it would repair itself, and then we'd have one tool for all our needs. Now I think someone's been doing around here what I'm going to show you right now, which is the Hammer of Justice. This is just the hammer, when you break one block like that, it does 3 around. Now this is extremely useful for excavating, but also for getting materials, and that was something I was going to do in between episodes. I actually haven't had too much time to get too many materials, you know. I haven't found any of the stuff like cobalt, which I've been told is actually in the nether, which I didn't realise. And you know, there's so much to learn about these mods, and I've been doing my best, but I think I need to look at different ways of learning. You know, I was using the wiki. Maybe I should try watching some of the videos as well, because there's lots of videos on these. So anyway, that was the hammer right there, and that's a tool we're definitely going to use. Another thing, when you dig upwards, it breaks the 3x3 in the way that you're looking, and the same thing goes for when you dig down like this as well. Now, I reckon there's like a point where if you're looking slightly further upwards, like let's mine that, it's going to do the 3x3 like this as well, which is cool. But that's going to be extremely useful, and now I'm derping around like crazy. So let's get back into it. What we want to be doing is making some new tools, and I've been told a lot of different things by you guys. One of them is that we should use paper bindings, which will give us more modifiers in our tools as well. So we're going to look at trying to make, you know, the best pick possible, or at least something a lot better than these iron ones that I've been creating so far. And I've also been told that you repair it with the material that is made out of the head. So a lot of people make their tools with stone so that they can, you know, repair it easily with lots of cobblestone, which is something to keep in mind. But I've had another tip that I wanted to check out, and by the way, I've just set up some barrels around the back here. Now that is really going to help with storage, because we were really filling up those chests. But the thing that I've been told is if you take a regular crafting bench and put it in the crafting grid, you'll get another type of crafting bench, and that's the crafting station. Do we not already have one of those? And we can also make that into a surface, I think. Is that what it is? Let's make both of those, because I'm not sure if there's actually a difference between the two. So this one looks like you'd put it on top of a surface, and that one next to it like that. And so what you can do with these is put your items in, and then you can walk away and they'll stay inside the crafting table. Now I also read that apparently you can put a chest next to it, and that becomes part of its inventory. So why don't we do that? It might not be a regular chest. Look at that. That is extremely cool. So you can keep all of your things for crafting in here. You can drop them in into the... Oh, apparently... No, apparently clicking on that just throws it on the ground. Well, that's... Maybe that's not how it's supposed to be used. I'm not sure what's going on there. But that's interesting. Okay, what we're going to do next is get all of that iron out of there, and we're going to use a clock to do this. This thing is called the redstone clock. DMAC recommended that I used it, and I just checked it out. And what you have to do with this thing, you can see I've already crafted one, is you put it above the faucet. Now originally I put it there so it was connected to this block, but it has to be attached to the faucet, which is in this block right here. So when we put it there, it's just going to provide that thing with updates, which is the equivalent of right clicking it. So now it's going to put all of the liquid into there as fast as it can, and then that's going to turn into iron, and then the iron's going to get sucked up by the hopper, and it's going to do the same thing over again. So we've got a really nice automated process going on over here at the moment, and the whole time that I've been doing this, I've been standing on the edge here wondering what is going to happen if I jump inside there, and I have been told that actually it will kill you. So it's a good thing that I didn't try that, because I would have lost all of my items. So anyway, we're going to get all of the iron out of there. We're also going to try and get a little bit of gold in as well, so we can make a... is it cast? Yeah, we're going to make a cast using the casting table for the ingot shape. So when we make more metals in the future, we're going to be making them into ingots rather than into these blocks. Ha! Look at this little guy. He's got an axe in the back. That is so strange. I wonder if that's a hat. It's not on his head. Let's kill this guy. So we've got 2 slimes. We didn't get an axe. Let's press H. And have we unlocked anything? Axe head. Ha! Look at that. I'm going to keep that one on. We've also unlocked chest and Mark's glasses. Oh my god, that's so goofy. If you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm actually searching for diamonds, because we're going to need a diamond when we're doing this, when we're making our pick. But let's just have a look at that in F5. Oh, we can't see it in F5. That kind of sucks. Let's take off the helmet. My inventory is really full. Nope, we can't see it. This tunnel has been going on for a very, very long time. If you look at the mini-map, you can see it stretches back quite some distance. My hammer was running out, my pickaxe was running out, and at last we found our first diamonds here on the modded server, which is awesome. Let's mine these things. In fact, what we're going to do is just mine the one Yes, because we only need one diamond at the moment. That's what we came down here for. And we'll probably put lapis, I think, which gives you fortune or whatever one does. And then we'll come back here and mine the rest in a bit. So I'm going to press F3 and F2, take a screenshot so we can bookmark that and come back to it later. So my internet connection has been pretty appalling today. Hopefully that won't interrupt us now. It's been pretty time consuming to get to this point, but I've been in the nether gathering some ores and that place is scary as hell. But first of all we're going to use a little bit of gold to make a cast, an ingot cast. There we go, that worked out well. Let's see how much is left in here. If I could hover over it, enough for one ingot. So, where did the cast go? I bet it went down there. There we go. If we put that in there and right click that, we'll get one gold ingot as well. And then the hopper should take that. There we go. Awesome. And now what we're going to do is put these two ores in there, the cobalt and the ardite. We're going to put 6 of each in, I think. Like that. And then this stuff together. Actually, we've got to make sure the spread is equal in here. So I think it's, let's put in 2 of each like that. Because what they're going to do is mix together. In fact, I think they're just going to mix. Okay, this stuff is called manulin and it's made out of the cobalt and ardite that we just put in there. I wasn't sure how it worked, if they would both go into their own liquid form and then you'd have to do something to mix them, but it looked like, and I watched it when it was changing, if the amount of them are equal in there, then they become one thing, which is this stuff right here. So 3 of those got us 9 ingots and that was 3 of each, so it's about 1.5 is how we would look at it. So now we can make some ingots for that. We only need, well actually I'm not sure how many ingots we need, I think it might just be the 1. But let's make 3 of these for now. And then let's go and look at the other things we're going to be using to make this pick. And this is based on, your feedback. This seems to be the best pick possible you can make, at least in the beginning stages. So let's grab those and let's head over here. So in this chest we have a diamond which is going to add 500 durability to this pick, as well as paper binding and paper tool rod, which sounds a little strange, but apparently they add modifiers and they don't really have a negative effect. And then this adds fortune and that one adds speed. So let's go over to this table, or this one even, the tool station, and select the pick. So we have to make the head, of course. I'm making ingots. Probably a lot of you are just face palming then. I've forgotten already how to use this, so I'll get used to it, don't worry. Right, so we'll take that one out, and then we'll put this one in. And let's keep note of how many ingots this is going to take. So that's 6 in there at the moment. And then that thing has finished. So that's the equivalent of 1 ingot for the head. Okay. See, I made 3 of them because I was thinking vanilla. You need 3 to kind of craft the cross section at the top. Okay, so we got that, and we've got the other things in our inventory. So let's do this. Let's select the pick. Remember, we can name this as well. I have no idea what I'm going to call it. There we go. That thing looks pretty cool. Let's just call it Asuma's pick for now. I will get creative and think of some other names. Picks, it's just one. So we can see durability 360. I thought it was going to be 1200. Interesting. But we have 5 modifiers. Okay, so we take that. And we want to add the diamond to it. And where do we do this? I've forgotten already. I think it's just in this bit right here. So we'd put that there. There we go, diamond. What does that do now? It adds durability 500, that's correct. Okay, and then let's say we want to add speed to this. In fact, let's quickly just check it out. Yep, that is a pretty fast pick right there, but we want to make it faster, which I think needs redstone. So, we're going to drop that in here. And does that work? I thought one of the things you could do is use a block and a single piece of it at the same time. Let's check that out. Okay, so that one does 9 and that one does 1, which makes me think that you don't have to do the block and the piece at the same time. But that's how I've seen some other people do it, and it looks like we can do that up to 50 times. So let's go 1. You see, it doesn't change when we do it like that, and I'm not sure if it means you do it once and then pull it out and do it again. Let's see what happens now. There we go, so it looks like we do it 1 at a time. Okay, this time let's put 2 in, just so we can figure out how these things work. And when we click it, what happens? Does 1 stay in? It does. It stays in on the side, so we can put it through like that. Okay, 1 more round, and then we've got the maximum. I don't know if you can force it to go any higher. Let's see what happens now. Oh, we go up another level. Interesting. Okay, so maybe it works in levels, and then when you hit a level it becomes that much faster, rather than each and every piece of redstone you add, it has a tiny increment on the speed. So let's hold down shift and see there, redstone 50/50, so mining level is 6. Feels a tiny bit faster, I've got to say. Let's do one more round of that. I can get plenty of redstone, no problem at all, so that's not going to be a bother. Let's just keep dragging and dropping it across like that until we get up to the right level. Okay, that's going to be the one. So it was mining level 6. What are we at now? So as being a little bit of a dummy there, the mining level I do believe is the type of blocks you can mine with it, and the whole time I was doing that I didn't notice that on the side here it tells us our mining speed, and this goes down into the decimals, and I don't know if every little bit there will affect it or if it kind of rounds it up when it's mining the block, but that is how we increase the speed. I also accidentally added a little bit of lapis when checking this thing out, so that adds 2 out of 450. I don't know what that's like compared to the fortune enchantments, but I guess we should add all of our lapis and then go look for some more. And we have one modifier remaining as well, and I don't know what other modifiers to use on this thing, so we'll probably go and check that out. Anyway, I'm going to craft this thing into blocks, which makes it a little easier to add, but we'll put all of that on the pick and do some more mining. Found some more diamonds. Let's check out the fortune on this thing. I do not think we're going to get more than 1 diamond from this. There we go, we got 1, and we got 1 again. You see, it's a very small amount. Still haven't found any more lapis, but I'm going to keep on digging. Doesn't take long at all. By the way, I put a load of redstone on the Hammer of Justice, and that's a ridiculous name. This thing is so fast, that was such a good idea. And it's easy to repair as well, because it only costs iron. And we get plenty of that when we're doing this. So, we've done a fair bit with Tinker's Construct today, and we're going to take a break, but let me just tell you what I've been up to. I've done some more mining, and then I decided to repair these, and I've learnt that the more that you repair them, the less the durability it repairs each time. So that explains some of the conflicting advice in the comments to, use different materials or to avoid them, etc. So the manual that we're using on this is repairing less and less each time. In fact, on this one, which is made out of iron, it's doing 5 durability each time, which isn't really a problem because we have tons of it, but with this stuff, it's going to do less and less each time, and I understand now why people were saying not to use that. But the durability in this works a little bit differently. I was looking at the hammer and I was thinking, we put all of that redstone on it and I should have used the paper bindings so that we could add some durability to it. And then I noticed that the durability here is plus 500, and down at the bottom it's out of 100. So if you look in the bottom left, it says 91. If we just start digging, it might not do it right now. There it goes down to 90. So it kind of works like unbreaking rather than actual numbers, which is interesting, I think. I'm learning slowly. So I decided to do a little bit of exploring to hunt down some different tree types, to get the saplings that is, and I found this thing right here is a statue, like a steel stone statue of Steve, and doesn't tell me, oh no it does, it's a gravestone, so it's a cross memorial. And Benjamin was doomed to fall. Who is Benjamin? What is going on? So I've got to say, I absolutely love exploring in this mod pack. The Biomes Aplenty mod just adds so much to it. I've been going around seeing tons of different biomes. This one here has been spectacular. I don't know what the biome is called, but there are these huge big trees from it, and this is a really good idea to go around and find these saplings, because this means lots of new building materials. And I've just noticed some trees down here that look interesting. And bear in mind, it's going to lag a little bit. For some reason around here, it's just been lagging as I've been travelling through this area. But these trees, like right here, they look like oak trees, which they are, but the leaves at the top are different. They are apple leaves. So I'm kind of curious to see if these are going to drop lots of apples. Oh, look at that. That is absolutely wonderful. I love that. Do we get any... Oh, look at that. We get apple saplings as well. We can make ourselves an apple farm. That is what we're going to do. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Right, I'm going to continue exploring and hopefully we'll find more like that. You see this one here? There's also a white little bit, so I think that might mean maybe it's not as developed and ready yet. Or that it could possibly drop something else. No, we picked that up. Okay, that's awesome. The night time is approaching. Did you hear that sound? I don't know what that sound was. But there is a village over here, and it is a very interesting looking one. There are all kinds of things going on here. I can see on the minimap there's lots of villagers populating this place. What is this? Hops from Growcraft. Interesting. More plants. That's cool. I've got so much to learn, haven't I? And I wonder if there's any new villager types as well. That's a regular guy right there. Don't know if we'll really end up trading with these guys at all. Look at this place. Who is this? Ha! What's this guy sell? A villager statue. That's cool. That's really cool. It's a bit of a gloomy looking building though, isn't it? I wonder if there's any chests in here to raid. Ah, there's a bed. And that is seriously cool. A skull candle. Can we craft those? We can. That's awesome. Okay. I'm learning so much, finding out about so many cool things. So I made it back safe and sound. I just did a little experiment with the ball of moss. You can actually put this up to 3 times on one of these, but each time you use it, it's another modifier, so it's not an upgrade. So we've got auto repair free on that thing, which is cool. It's just going to repair a little bit faster. And in here we've got our saplings, so now we can grow a whole bunch of trees and get a whole bunch of cool building materials. I especially like, I think it's this one, when you turn that into planks. That looks like a very nice pale texture to build with. And so at the moment I'm debating whether to build these tree farms that I want to do, you know, so we got lots of building materials to choose from. If I'm going to build them out here, or maybe go off into my area and build them somewhere else. I'm just not sure at the moment, but this area I think is going to be used as a farming area now. You can see they've set up these big farms over on this side and over there as well, and that's pretty much all that's been done. So I'd have to speak to everyone else and find out, but maybe in this space over here we could put down some tree farms. There is certainly enough room and plenty of room to expand with as well, so it might be the right thing to do. Who knows? What's going on over here? Oh, that's very cool. Juice's Juicy Hole. 19 meters away. That's cool. I like that. And he's got his juicer scrolls outside. So what mod is this from? The wooden pole is from RPG Advanced Mod. Okay, that might be something we look into. And it doesn't look like he's done too much in here so far. He's also got these things for lighting, which is blood magic. But anyway, I think we're going to wrap things up there this episode. I know I haven't done quite as much, but I really want to do some mining now that we've got these tools sorted out. And we're going to build those tree farms and get ourselves some building materials going. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in the future. So as always, if you've enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like. It will always be appreciated. And as always, thank you very much for watching. And I'll catch you next time.